So, we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends No Way Home Lizard. So, we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends No Way Home Lizard. And, well, I'm kind of backed up on a lot of videos and reviews I'm supposed to be doing on a bunch of the new stuff that I had gotten while I was depressed and everything. Um, and there's some boring releases. This is one of those boring releases. So, on the whole point of it kind of being a boring release, this might be a very quick video. I just, figured, how about I just, get it over with and get out of there. And I know that sucks to say because I do like to put, some sort of effort and time into doing these video reviews and whatnot, but it's kind of hard for me to do that when it's a figure this boring. And you're probably asking, well, why did you get it? Why did you get it then if it's such a boring looking figure? To complete my No Way Home team. That's pretty much the only reason to get this guy is to complete your No Way Home villains, team. And the thing is too is he's an Amazon exclusive. So kind of makes sense. Not many people probably bought him anyway. And plus, the body is pretty much a reuse of this piece of shit figure right here. Well, I mean, some people probably don't think it's a piece of shit, but I mean, I personally do. So it uses old tech as far as articulation and everything goes. Very old tech, but I mean, I guess it's not all bad. But getting into this figure, before we kind of get into the actual figure here, I'm not gonna do anything crazy with the transition this time. We'll just get a look at the packaging. So yeah, pretty much a basic looking box. It has the No Way Home box design in the background with the spider symbol. It says Marvel Legends Lizard. You got a pretty nice look at a lizard on the side there, which is pretty cool. I actually do like that artwork. And then on the back, you get the same artwork. Sides, nothing, but got same artwork. Top, Spider-Man logo. Bottom, really nothing. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. Now just kind of sliding him back in. You'll notice this video is going to be a little bit on the cutting, block kind of edge. I'll still do my little, usual stuff with the video and stuff. But it's going to be a little bit different. But anyway, at least in the beginning. Anyway, as far as the packaging goes, that was pretty much it. But let's take a look at details. Just very quickly, I guess. This video does seem like it's going to be a little bit lazy, which does kind of suck, but I mean, I'll spice it up a little bit. Anyway, details, not much going on. You do have the very nice scaled, lizard-esque design going on, which I do enjoy quite a lot. It does have a very nice texture to him. It does look very nice. I was thinking about adding a wash to him. I was thinking about it, but then I kind of opted to not, just because, I feel like it would just be a waste of my black wash. So, yeah, I'm pretty much good on that. Um, but yeah, it's got some decently detailed, feet, claws, and everything, and got this pretty coolish kind of a fade of color for the chest area and everything. And it does translate to the hands, although it's very strange for the hands because there's none anywhere else, but I don't think there's supposed to be. Yeah, really not a whole lot going on. He does kind of look very strange. And I guess I decided to be a little less lazy now, so here's our usual transitions for the channel. But we're gonna talk about accessories, which yeah, this is it.
This is all I got. This is all I got. This is all I got. Don't take my baby, okay? I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me?
So as for hands, you do get these two kind of relaxed hands out of the box. And if you notice, one hand has 4 fingers and the other has regular 5. That is accurate. The lizard design was a bit strange and inconsistent. As for the other hands you get one fist and one slightly more open hand. Oh, wrong hand. Yeah. That's disappointing. Yeah. So you don't really get a lot. Now, as for heads go, you do get this head here, which looks like a watermelon. To be honest, it's not a bad head sculpt. I think they did actually pretty good with it. It's just I don't like this version of Lizard. I just don't. Every time I think of Lizard, it's more so the Todd McFarlane style Lizard. Just very dinosaur-esque face and uh, big teeth and everything, and just looking a little bit more on the monstrous side. This just seems like the Lizard with a good credit score. Let me just put it that way. Yeah, I don't know. It's good. I just don't like this design like at all. And you do get a open mouth head, which just kind of feels like the Lizard's credit score just dropped, and now he can't afford a mortgage on his home or a loan on a car. But yeah, again, you've done very well. I do love the colors of pink and white and everything. It's just again, this design is just it's so goofy. Besides being an overall disappointing in mid figure, how well does he articulate? All right, articulation. So the head can go up about that far, down about that far. He also has this neck articulation too as well, which can spin around, but it's really weird. Oh, that is just so weird. But he has that. You do have some side to side with it as well. It can do a full 360. So his head is pretty decently articulated. Has no butterfly joints at all. It wiggles, but that's not a butterfly joint. You do a full 360. Arm goes up about that far. Bicep swivel. Double jointed pinless elbows. And the usual hinge and swivel at the wrists. His waist has a diaphragm, so you can go all the way around with it. Crunches forward about that far, and he crunches back about that far, which really ain't much. The legs can do a somewhat split. Leg can go up about that far, back not so much. It is using old tech, which is strange, but do have a thigh cuts, double jointed pinless knees that are kind of stiff, and then he has foot articulation, the standard foot articulation. Although he is chicken legged, uh, like I believe how he is in the movie. I'm not 100% sure if that's accurate or not. Like, I think it is. But the tail can actually move up and down off of this hinge here, and it can spin around. No bendy wire. Wish it was bendy wire. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, he articulates decent enough. I mean, he is just kind of an overall mid figure. Hence why this review is kind of a little bit less enthusiastic, because, to be honest, the only reason to really get this Lizard figure is if you're looking to have a complete No Way Home team, because He's honestly just like already right off the bat. Ugh, he's the least interesting out of the whole entire team. Now maybe if he was actually more like a lizard than just this lizard man, I don't know. I have my own opinions, but anyway, let's just do a post test. So I hope you guys enjoyed that post test. Sorry it was a little bit short. It's just the nature of this figure. But anyway, let's talk about scale. So here we have the lizard here. Just angle the camera up just a little bit. But here we have the lizard. Let's kind of straighten him out just a little bit. He's very strange to get to stand just because you kind of have to balance him on that tail a little bit. But yeah, so first we'll just start off with a usual. Here he is next to the No Way Home Andrew Garfield. Very, very nice figure. Love the Andrew Garfield lizard. Not so much. But there he is next to Andrew Garfield. And of course, we gotta bring in some No Way Home villains. So, first up, here he is next to the second kind of mediocre Marvel Legends No Way Home villain. That being Sandman there. So there he is next to Sandman. And as you saw in the post test, I put all the villains together. Here he is next to Electro, which Electro I will be reviewing next as far as the slightly more mid reviews, but he's actually not really that mid. It's just, compared to all the other stuff I have, they are a lot better than, Electro, but there he is next to Electro. And then here he is next to Green Goblin, arguably one of the best figures of the No Way Home wave. But there is Green Goblin. And then, lastly, this one's going to be a bit strange because I'm not taking him out of pose because it took forever to get him to stand on the tentacles. But here he is next to the Marvel Legends Doc Ock. And just for the fun of it, here he is next to a Marvel Legends lizard figure that actually does not suck. Night and day difference. Night and day difference. But anyway, that is pretty much the scale for the Marvel Legends lizard, or should I say the Shizzard, since it's kind of shitty. But let's go into the final thoughts.
So, as far as the final thoughts go on this Marvel Legends Amazon exclusive lizard, it's very mid. It uses old tech. It's a very old body. All they did was just kind of update the limbs and the head sculpt. I think the tail is the same. I think most, if not some of the parts are the same as the old figure. I mean, it's okay, but it is just kind of boring. You don't really get enough with him. I kind of wish he maybe came with some sort of extra other hands and maybe another accessory or two. Just something. Maybe just bundle all the cures up with him, or just something. Maybe give him a lab coat, something. I don't know. I do like the paint work on it. Sculpt work is great. He is a little bit more accurate now, but he just kind of falls a bit short. And plus, this isn't my favorite lizard design. But that is pretty much it for this lizard figure. Should never have been an exclusive, but I'll see you guys in the next one.
I've heard it 1,000 times before, and it's just not that funny anymore.